What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about what parenting and school is like in Norway. So, this video was actually recommended to me, so thank you for that. And I really want to take a look at it because, here in the United States, we don't really know what it's like growing up and living in other countries and what other cultures are like. So today, I thought it'd be really cool to learn about what parenting and going to school is like in Norway and how it's different from here in the United States. So let's take a look.
In many countries, cold weather means indoor recess and heavy caution.
Yeah.
In Norway, there's a belief that there's no bad weather, only bad clothing.
Huh.
You'll see babies napping outdoors in prams, even in winter, and school kids playing outside in rain, snow, and wind.
Okay. Wow. This is already so different. Like, oh my God. To be completely honest, here in the United States, if you left your stroller or your baby or even your kid like out in the outside or in the cold or rain or here, that would be kind of considered like child abuse. That might sound crazy, especially to Norwegians, but I don't know. I definitely think that in the United States, we are overprotective of our children. Like, we don't even. It used to be like 50 years ago. Like, my parents would walk to the store or walk to school alone, like as a kid. And you just don't see that anymore. There's just not that much trust. And I don't know. We don't really let kids do a lot of dangerous things in America. So yeah, most Americans would find this pretty crazy, to be honest.
The idea is simple. Fresh air helps sleep and boosts resilience. Teachers check wind
Okay.
chill, kids wear wool and waterproof layers, and everyone learns early that nature is a friend you dress for.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I get it. And that does make sense to me. You have to let your kids get exposed to adversity, to things that are difficult and hard and maybe even get cold or hurt or, nothing crazy, but I have to admit it makes a lot of sense that you have to let your children experience life in the outdoors and that it is healthy. Um, and here in America, I think we take it too far, especially after seeing this and like how far in Norway you guys believe in this and push kids. America is almost like the opposite.
If you're visiting with a child, pack merino base layers of fleece or wool mid-layer, a waterproof shell, waterproof mittens, and insulated boots.
Okay.
Schools expect it, and your child will be happier for it.
Oh, you have to. Oh, okay. So this is school in Norway. You're expected to get your child all these like really, really good winter clothing and all these layers and specific materials. And yeah, this is like in the United States, we don't even think about stuff like this. Like how the kids are going to dress for the weather. Because for most of the year, it's pretty easy. And even the winter is not that bad in most parts of the US. You just have like a coat or something. And in American schools, if it's very, very cold or wet, or they don't let the kids go outside because that's dangerous. Which again, I think is a big difference between Norway and the US.
Then there's independence. If you're used to hovering over your child's every move, this part may take a deep breath.
Huh.
Norwegian kids are trusted to walk or bike to school earlier than in many countries, to pack their own bags, to remember indoor shoes, and to manage their gear. The
Wow. You know, personally, I kind of like it. I actually like it. The only problem is in the United States, we are not the most trusting society. It's not that safe everywhere in the United States, so it would actually be bad to let your child walk certain places, especially if they're very young. That could be dangerous. Whereas in Norway, I think because you guys are a much more peaceful, trusting society, lower crime, can do stuff like this and you really embrace it. And I think it's really good. And I don't think this is like abusive at all. Some American parents are so overprotective and the kids can't go anywhere unsupervised. And I actually agree a lot with this Norwegian philosophy. It's just that in America, you can't do it too much, or you could actually get in trouble, to be honest.
The system is designed to grow independence step by step. Neighborhoods are built with safety in mind. Drivers yield, and kids wear reflective vests in dark months. The
Yeah.
message is, you're capable, and we trust you. The best way
I mean, this must develop children who are so much more independent and capable. And I don't know, it's almost like in Norway, you start your life sooner.
The best way to fit in is to coach your child on routes, traffic rules, and how to ask for help if they need it, then allow them to try. In the classroom, the vibe is friendly and direct. Most students call teachers by their first names. It's not about disrespect, it's about flattening hierarchy to invite honest dialogue.
What? Really? Is that a real thing in Norway? You call teachers by their first name? Like Megan? Or is it like is it Mrs. Megan or anyway, in the US, this is a sign of respect. You do not call adults by their first name. When you're a kid, that is an insult. That is a sign of disrespect. You call them by their last name, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. McCabe, Mrs. whatever. Um, that in school, you would never, ever, ever. I mean, oh my God, how much trouble you'd get in. Call a grown up by their first name. Now, I actually think it's kind of nice. Again, I'm trying to keep an open mind here in Norway. You guys want everyone to be equal? Is that basically? I don't know. Because a part of me thinks children do have to respect the parents and the teachers and the older people. Kids need to respect them for safety and learning, and in America you do that by what you call somebody. But there's something to be said about the equality thing Norway is trying to do here. It's definitely interesting.
Email exchanges are polite, brief, and to the point. You'll notice fewer sir and ma'am and more clear conversation.
Huh.
Hi, Kari, thanks for your note. Here's our question. That style reflects a deeper value. Children are people whose voices matter.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to put it. Here in the US, children's voices honestly just don't matter as much. And that's really harsh to say. I think we don't give kids enough credit, probably. Or maybe in America we don't have as much patience for children. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
You'll feel it in meetings, in parent-teacher conversations, and in the way adults listen to kids as if they're practicing being full citizens, not waiting for permission to become one.
Wow.
Homework, especially in the early years, may surprise you too. Don't be shocked when your first grader doesn't bring home a stack of worksheets.
What?
Norway leans on play-based learning in the youngest grades and gradually increases academic load later on.
Oh my God. I would have loved This growing up. Oh my God. So you guys get homework, but when you're younger, you have less homework. I mean, I guess that's kind of what it's like here. But just to be clear, in the US, we are definitely you get a lot of homework at school, and it's annoying. I think with AI and the ability for kids to cheat at their homework at home, we're actually going to be forced to do most of the learning and homework at school. This next generation of kids, which is probably a good thing.
Reading at home is encouraged. Endless drill sheets are less common. There's an assumption that childhood should include unstructured time, outdoor play, and rest. If you're used to nightly battles over assignments, you may secretly love this. If you're
Huh. I mean, as a kid, I would have loved this, and just as a philosophy, I like the play-based learning. Norway. I actually think you have a great philosophy when it comes to kids and children, giving them more responsibility, more respect. I actually think this is great.
worried your child will fall behind, remember that the system accelerates later and looks at mastery over time, not nonstop testing. The best support you can give is consistent reading, practical life skills, and curiosity. Clothing is casual and practical, and school uniforms are largely not a thing.
Okay, that's the same here in the United States. We don't have uniforms either, so that's actually the same.
The unwritten dress code is function first. Expect teachers to remind kids to bring rain pants, spare socks, and indoor shoes. Label
Oh, that's a difference actually. In Norway, it sounds like you dress for the weather and for function. In America, kids dress for fashion, for to be cool, for a statement, to show their social status. Honestly, that's how American kids dress for that reason, really.
everything. You will lose a mitten if you don't. In winter, you'll see full-body snowsuits at the younger ages and layered systems as kids get older.
Oh wow.
Fashion flexing is muted at school, and you'll notice less pressure around brands. The social signal is, show up ready for the weather and the work, not to impress.
Wow. I like it. I don't know. I don't man. It sounds like in Norway, you guys just have children that are a lot more disciplined. It sounds like because kids in America can be very difficult and very undisciplined, and obviously that's a result of how we raise them and how much responsibility we give them, which is not very much in the U.S. I actually think this Norwegian system, this philosophy of school and parenting, and I think Americans could learn a lot from this.
Lunch is another curveball if you're used to hot cafeteria meals. Most children bring a packed cold lunch, a matpaki. Packed simple.
Huh.
Bread slices, cheese, ham, cucumber, perhaps a fruit or yogurt. Thermoses
Huh.
are common, but
Sounds very healthy, very good. Just comparing it to like American school lunch. Like when I was a kid in school, every day I had pizza and like pizza and French fries, and chocolate milk. Um, Not bread and cheese and fruit and yeah, I don't think it's any secret that we are not very healthy in America. Even the kids, unfortunately, like when I was a kid, I was not healthy at all.
hot lunches are not standard unless it's a special day. Keep it simple, nutritious, and familiar.
Wow.
Allergies are taken seriously, so always check what the school advises. The matpaki looks plain until you realize its superpower. It's predictable, affordable, and fuss-free, and kids learn to eat what they bring without a daily debate.
Huh. That's true. Kids will adapt, and yeah, like we give our kids in America, we give the children really bad processed food, and that's what they get used to. But if you give them healthier stuff like this, that's what they get used to. I mean, just based on what I've learned so far in this video, Um, there's quite a few things that America could do better.
Equality culture shapes almost everything, including birthdays and gifts. Don't be surprised to see invite all the kids in the class policies, modest party menus, and gift caps.
Oh my God. Everything in Norway, when it comes to school and kids and parenting, and it's almost like the opposite of the United States. It's kind of crazy. In America, your birthday is all about you. It's a very selfish, um, and you don't have to you only invite your friends. We're not that concerned with equality for a lot of stuff in America, to be honest.
The goal is inclusion and avoiding hurt feelings. Some schools encourage bringing the whole group or keeping it small. Ask other parents what's normal. Over the top displays are rare. The message to kids is powerful. Everyone counts, and no one should be left out because of money or popularity.
Oh my God. In America, it's like, do what you have to do to be the best. Be the best. You have to be better than everybody. Like, that's the mentality here. It's about becoming better than everyone and beating everyone. Whereas in Norway, it's much more of like a community and making sure everyone is equal and included. And I can't help but just like laugh at how incredibly different it is. And yeah, I think in America we take it too far with a lot of these things.
You'll also feel a strong emphasis on children's rights. Adults aim for calm, reasoned authority, not fear-based discipline. Corporal punishment is off the table. Kids are taught how to express needs and negotiate boundaries, and adults model listening. That doesn't mean kids rule the house. It means adults hold the line with respect.
Okay.
At school, conflict resolution is structured and patient.
Yeah, I mean, in America, every American kid remembers the teacher who was scary, the teacher who would yell and be scary, and that's how they dictated their authority. But there's also really, really great teachers in America. There's kind of a mixture of people who get respect out of fear and those who do it with, love and being calm and respectful. And so we have a little of this.
If your default is because I said so, you might discover that asking for the child's perspective earns more cooperation than power struggles.
Right. Right. Being respectful to children, you know, should be more common because it sounds like it's more dignifying, it's more ethical, and it's just more effective by the sound of it.
Community volunteering, DUGNAD, is a thread that ties families and schools together.
Huh.
When the school needs cleanup, painting, or help running an event, parents show up with gloves, rakes, and a good attitude.
What?
It's not only fundraising, it's about shared responsibility and pride.
Wow.
You'll meet other parents, your child will see you contributing, and the school will feel like your place too. Treat DUGNAD as a social norm, not an optional extra. Academic.
Huh. Well, here in the US, people don't volunteer very much. Certainly not everybody. Some people volunteer, but it's not like the normal thing to do. The idea that volunteering and helping and making a good example for your kids is normal in Norway is fantastic. That's fantastic. There's just so many cultural norms in Norway when it comes to kids. You guys must have great kids, great children. With all this stuff you do, this is something we don't really think about in the United States enough. But when I sit down and actually hear about it and some of the philosophies you guys have in Norway, it's really eye-opening. And it's actually very obvious that we should be doing things like this, but it's just not a normal part of American culture. This is fascinating. Anyway, we're about halfway done, and I'm going to pause it here for now. This has been really eye-opening. Really good, actually. Learning a lot. And I'm going to continue the rest of this in part 2. So if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment, especially if you are Norwegian, with your thoughts on all this and these things you do in Norway that are pretty amazing, and I mostly agree with. I'm shocked to say. That'd be cool to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway and learning about Norwegian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.